Afternoon, YouTubers. It is I, Danielle, better known as Danielle Medium, and in this video for topic for discussion today, and one I think might sort of help people better understand how the spirit world works, we're going to look at how do they do it, as in how do the spirit world really use your mind. Many facts and many things have been said over many years about the spirit world and how they use us and us as the instrument, as they call it. And for me personally, this is only my theory. It's a one that I've been working on for quite some time now with my people and other spirit people in the spirit world. The best way that I can sort of get it over to you in order so that people start to understand that the spirit world is using only the mind is to talk about the spirit world in the way in which that they are using their signals, their sort of energy in order to be able to work with us. For many years, people have thought that the spirit world are using our energy, which is our aura or our psychic energy. Me personally, I don't believe this. I don't believe this is true at all. And the reason I don't believe this to be true is ultimately the spirit world can't work with human energy because human energy is too dense. It's too what I would call not light enough to be able to blend with the spirit world energy, which is a lot faster, a lot quicker, and vibrating at a much faster rate. Then we heard the tale of lowering vibrations, raising vibrations. Again, I don't believe that this is particularly true either. The reason being is that the mental mind is at the state in which it is when we communicate. Yes, we can lift our vibration to an extent of listening to music, which makes us feel more positive and more happy, in which it will change a little in our vibration or how we feel or think, but ultimately it will not, I believe, raise the vibration enough in order to be able to link to the spirit world. So how do they really do it? This is my thoughts and feelings on it. So for many of us who understand the mind, here it is. What we have to understand is that when we move the mind, we're moving it to a different consciousness. We're moving it to another altered state. So let's put it this way. What we're doing is we're opening a door. Just like this. So when we move that mind, that door opens. And this door here takes you to another place where there is energy. Now what the spirit world do is they then send their signals. So remember, every spirit has its own vibration. So what they do is they send their vibration through pictures, words, symbols, whatever it may be. This is then transferred through our door and into our mind because we've moved that consciousness. It has nothing to do with the auric field or the energy field or the psychic ability. And this is where I talk about the fact that the psychic abilities are completely different to the mediumistic abilities. Mediumistic abilities for me personally is the clairs. The clairs are another set of what we call sensory systems, which is used by the spirit world. I do not believe that they have anything to do with the mediumistic abilities in which we use for the spirit world. Now, a lot of people will probably not be able to get this or might not quite understand this. Reason because we've had lots of old rituals put in over many years. Lots and lots of people telling us that they interfere with the energy. They're touching our energy. They're doing this, they're doing that. They're touching our chakra system. Do you know that this chakra system belongs totally to a human? The spirit world cannot nor will not touch your chakra system because this is what keeps you alive. If you are to take the chakra system out, you would be dead because we need this energy system in order to survive. What I also hear, because of the sort of old-fashioned thinking and the way in which that people are looking is still at mediumship or how mediumship is working, where people talk about people being in their auras, talk about people following them, the spirit world's following them, bad people, who are all sitting supposedly in your auric field, which is totally not right as far as from the way I understand the spirit world and the way my spirit team have given me it. That's not possible. It's irrelevant. It just can't happen. It just doesn't work, because ultimately what you're doing is with the mind, a bit like, I tell you what to think of it as, an antenna. So that when you move your mind in through the door and up into the spirit world, you become like an antenna giving off signals, bleep, 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 that you're ready to work, you're ready to communicate, you're going to work with the spirit world. And what the spirit world then do is pick up that energy signal, or the fact that they know that the mind has moved, and they start transmitting back. They transmit it all back through the words, through the symbols, whatever it may be, which is, remember, just energy, because all energy can be read. And then it just floats back through the mind, and then we, as the medium, speak it. And it really is this simple. Nothing can be attached to your energy, because your energy, you may have issues with psychics, because psychics are only reading your energy. Remember, psychics haven't moved their mind. They can't move their mind, but they can read your auric field, that may present you some problems, because ultimately you've then got somebody sitting in your energy field. But if you give permission for that, then there shouldn't be any problems with that, and then everything should then go back thereafter. But I did do a video on nosy psychics. I will put that in the end for you there. These are people who read you without your permission, or people who try to infringe upon you when you are doing your day-to-day tasks, or interested in what you may be doing or what you're not doing. And unfortunately, in this world in which that we live in, we do have quite a few nosy people in every way, in every shot. And I'm sure we could all relate to that in some capacity. The reason I want to talk about this so much is because there is a big issue in this movement at the moment with the lack of understanding of how the spirit world truly works. And unless somebody's talking about this, and lots and lots of us are talking about development and training, but nobody's really getting down to the nuts and bolts. If we're not talking about the nuts and bolts and generally educating people about how just it is a movement of the mind, then ultimately these old thoughts, feelings, is ultimately going to continue to stay, because people don't know any different. So I'm here on this channel to try and educate the general public as to the way in which that the spirit world use your mind and only your mind, and that your psychic energy is of no relevance to these people whatsoever, because they move on a totally different vibration to the vibration of which that you is your psychic ability. So for those who've been asking me what is the nuts and bolts of mediumship, for me personally, this is my theory. People may not agree with it, but for me personally, this is how I believe the spirit world work with us. I believe that the spirit world make it so simple that it doesn't need to be anything more. And I'm very much in the agreement of the spirit world's common sense savvy. I've said it for a long time here on this channel, and I continue to say it. When we get an understanding of that the spirit world is only using the mind through a shift of the consciousness to an antenna which you're bleeping, which is then picking up the signal from the spirit world. That's it. It is nothing to do with you, your chakra system, nothing at all. This just doesn't go on as far as me personally, or how I believe or perceive that mediumship or mediums to be working. I hope you have understood this. I hope that you will get this. I am going to be doing one on physical mediumship, about how the spirit world uses your mind, and the difference, or the different theories that I have regarding that as well. That may cause a little bit of a stir. But if I ain't talking about it, then people's not going to be listening. If people's not listening, we can't change. And if somebody's got to make a stand, so I'm prepared to make that stand in order so that we can start and change the movement and the way in which the movement is. Because unfortunately, even up until this morning, I had somebody inbox me over Facebook complaining that they had somebody following them, they had somebody attached to their energy, and these things that I'm seeing going on within the movement is frightening the next generation of mediumship. It is frightening the next generation, and if we don't do something, our mediumship, or what is going on within the mediumship movement, is going to have a knock-on effects to the next generation as spiritualists. And it is our job now as new mediums to look at the way in which mediumship is done from a totally different avenue. Because if we don't, it's a frightening time out there for people. It's a frightening time for us as mediums who are trying to change the movement. So I have been Danielle. I would love to hear your comments and your theories on this and what you all think. Please do share this video around. Please do get involved in the channel. Please do like, share and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It's been a pleasure being here with you as always. My drawings, they're no better really, are they? But I hope that you will understand where it is that I'm going with this, and hopefully given time and with everybody sort of working from the same page, we can start to see some changes, and hopefully changes for the better. I have been Danielle, better known as Danielle Happy Medium, and I'll see you all next week. Bye for now.